Hello, welcome to the Adventures of Bacon Boy. Yeah, it's been a while. I should more so say welcome back, because it's been quite a while. I had a mini hiatus there. Sorry about that. It's just been a little bit chaotic in my personal life, so I had to put things aside in order to keep myself afloat in a way. So it all started kind of with the end of the last video. I lost my tripod, and so I had made a little bipod thing, but it's kind of crappy, and it doesn't hold my camera up. It kind of falls all over the place. So I didn't really want to film much going out with that because it's hard to do adventure stuff with that, but I was going to do cooking videos and things like that. And so I was trying to film them. I actually filmed a little segment of something, and then when I went to start to go edit it, as you follow me on Instagram, if you do follow me on Instagram, I got a new job. And so the startup process with that took a little bit of extra time, and so I didn't have time to go edit it. And then when I got the job, I had to move for it as well. So I ended up moving kind of across the state in order to start at my job, my new job. And so doing the move and then starting at work, and then on top of that, my car ended up dying on me. Well, it's actually alive again, so it was more like a light coma, but still. Having to move and start a job without reliable transportation was a bit challenging, needless to say. So I kind of put things away, and I have the videos, but it was more so fall themed, so it's not, I can't put it up anymore. So this is my first video back. It's also my first video of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody! Woo! So for this new year, I'm doing a bunch of new stuff. So for those who also follow me on Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram. I've said it twice, so link here or in the description. Come on, guys, do it. I also got my motorcycle license. New thing I got. So new year, new transportation, new me, new bike, both motorcycle, and I got a new mountain bike. So I'm looking forward to getting that out and going on some trails and whatnot. And I'm also going to work on a new video series for this new year called New Year, New You. We'll do different levels, so a beginner, an intermediate, and an expert for several different points in the body, from abs to total body to like arms and legs, kind of, just so you can have some progression to your workout. Things you can do at the start, things you can do in the middle, and then work your way up into really long-term expert level kind of stuff. So cool, fun things to look out for the channel in the new year. I'm looking to get things done, get back to it. For those who also, I believe, follow me on Instagram, maybe Snapchat only. I think I posted it to Instagram, I don't remember. If I did, it'll be a picture over my face. But I had my first crash on the motorcycle. And here's the story. This is what you guys probably came for, because I put it on the thing. But anyways, this is what you guys came for. Here's the story. So with any type of new vehicle or new bike I get, bicycle, pedal bicycle, any new sort of mode of transportation I get, I always do a series of tests kind of thing to make sure I can know how to maneuver it and I can handle myself on it in case of emergency. So I went over to this big old giant parking lot on the motorcycle. It's called the KTM. I'm going to refer to it as KTM. So I took the KTM to this giant open parking lot, and it's a really cool parking lot because it's really big, it's open, it's got a couple flat areas, it's got a lot of hills, and you can really get up to speed to work on different maneuvers, and you just have tons of space where you can do what you want. So then I ended up setting up a little obstacle course, the DMV Riders Test for motorcycles. And so I was practicing with it on the KTM, and I was doing my thing and weaving and dodging and whatnot, and doing a circle loop at the end. And so I got pretty comfortable maneuvering at lower speeds, so I wanted to build up into higher speeds. But before I do maneuvers at higher speeds, I do this thing called an emergency stop. And so if you don't know an emergency stop, this is very, very important. You should learn how to do this. It's basically, you start accelerating, you get up to a certain speed, you pick a spot that you want to stop at, and there you brake. And you start off kind of lighter braking, your normal style of braking, and then you try and get harder and harder and harder and harder braking until you get to the point where you're basically locking up your tires. This is really important if you're like going at any sort of maneuvering speed, because this is like, if there is an emergency and you have to stop all of a sudden, this gets you comfortable with hitting the brakes so hard to getting to the point where you're nearly locking up your tires. This is really good for a car, for a bicycle, or for a motorcycle. So I was practicing this and on the KTM, and I'm getting around 25 miles an hour, 25, 30, somewhere around there. And then I hit my point and I'm braking. And I'm braking pretty hard this time because I've been going at it for a while. And so I got to the point where I was going really fast and really hard braking. And so I slow down, screeching down to a halt, and then I'm put my leg out because all momentum had stopped, and I put my leg out, and then the springs knocked me back. The shocks on the front end knocked me back a little bit, so my leg's kind of in front of me, and I'm kind of leaning back and to that side, and so I readjust my foot and I try and push the bike up, but the bike keeps leading, and I try and readjust my foot and the bike keeps leaning, and I try and readjust my foot and the bike keeps leaning, and slowly but surely, at 0 miles an hour, trying to stand up, I put down the bike gently onto the floor, rush over, turn off the engine, cut the engine, throw my hands into the air and exclaimed,
"My first crash!"
My first crash. That's the story. It's pitiful. It's sad. I wasn't even going anywhere. I wasn't even moving. I wasn't trying to do something cool. I was just trying to stop. I was actually just trying to keep my balance while stopped. And then I fall over and put down the bike, which was a freaking fail and a half. So I'm completely fine. No injuries or anything onto me. I didn't even hit the ground. The bike had fallen over on me. And so I hope you guys like that reenactment too. It was kind of fun filming that. I felt kind of like an idiot, but the last section I actually genuinely did fall off the mountain bike in my reenactment thing, and so it was kind of perfect. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I'm fine, nothing major damaging, but the bike's fine. One of the side mirrors came a little loose, and just take a bolt and tighten it back to it, and it was fine. Take a crescent wrench to it and tighten it back up, and it was fine. But I was really sad that that's my first crash. Actually, I was kind of happy that being my first crash because then it's not too intense and I'm fine. But that's all for today. Hopefully I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Comment below how much of an idiot you think I am for falling while I'm stopped. And I'll see you next time. This feels so dumb. So dumb.